Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn to read and write Urdu. We are doing both at the same time. Today is our lesson number 71. Let's begin. The very first line that we're going to write today is the exact same line that we did yesterday towards the end of the video. So I'm not going to go over it again. I'm just going to write the line. If you're interested in learning it properly, watch yesterday's video, as I said, towards the end, at the very end. There you can hear me babble about it, go on about it, if that's what you want. Here's the word line. So I'm just going to, as I said, write the line. I'm not going to go too much into it. The first word is Nigahen. Ga ni ga he and nun gunna he. Nigahen milane mi la ने भी छोटी एक ही मात्रा मिलाने निगाहें मिलाने को जी छोटी एक ही मात्रा और सॉरी बड़ी एक ही मात्रा जैसे छोटी है जैसे जीम एंड छोटी है निगाहें मिलाने को जी चाहता है चाह her and then it's निगाहें मिलाने को जी चाहता है. We left out one last word. है is simply her and a बड़ी है. बड़ी है by itself simply gives us बड़ी है by itself simply gives us छोटी एक ही मात्रा. Badi ye gives us choti ek hi matra. That's how it is in Urdu. It's just the opposite of Hindi. One more time. Badi ye gives us choti ek hi matra, but choti ye gives us badi ek hi matra. That's a choti ye. Choti ye in Urdu gives us badi ek hi matra. Badi ye gives us choti ek hi matra. If you don't want choti ek hi matra, if you want badi ek hi matra, we have to put a zabar on top of it. And that gives us बड़ी एक ही मात्रा. Voila. निगाहें मिलाने को जी चाहता है. I feel like looking at him in his eyes. I feel like locking my eyes with his eyes. As an amorous gesture, as a seductive gesture, like I said yesterday, not as in what the Americans say when they talk about locking eyes. That's more of a threatening gesture. Obviously that's not the case here. It's more of a seductive, amorous gesture, as I just said. निगाहें मिलाने को जी चाहता है. The next word is very straightforward. We did it yesterday. We have done it many times. The word is dil. Dal and a zer gives us choti ki matra. And then l. Dil. O. Let's stop for a second here. As you can see, I wrote here O. Very strictly speaking, O should have been alif and a waw. That's O. But when it appears in this form as a compound word, dil o jaan, it's a compound word, dil o jaan. That means my heart and my life. Dil o jaan, my heart and my life. When that appears like that, we don't put an alif there. It's just a waw, and the reader understand that it's to be pronounced as O, and in Hindi you would actually write it out as O. Because in Hindi, of course, if you just put V, which is what waw is, it will make no sense. It will make no sense here if I were to stick waw in the middle here. The reader will have a hell of a time ascertaining what the hell it is that I'm babbling about. Dilo jaan. Dilo jaan. Ja. Now, if it's a dot on it, it will be John. But it's not John. She does not say John. She says Jah, which means the same thing. Dilo Jah. So it's a nun gunna. It's a nun gunna. You take out the dot, it becomes what is known as nun gunna. We have learned it before. In Hindi, it does not require N. You just put a dot in here. Sometimes I have seen half moon, and I have still not figured out whether it's a when one just puts a dot or when one puts half a moon. I do not know when one calls for one and the other. I don't know if it actually even makes a difference. But I have seen it both ways. Sometimes I see a dot and sometimes I see half a moon. But that's what it is, Jah. Dilo Jah means my life, or rather my heart, dil, my heart, and my life. Dilo Jah ko lutane. Lutane is la. We don't need a la. We don't need a la, we need a lu. Not only we need a lu, but we need a badi u ki matra. Badi u ki matra in Urdu is produced by having a vav. If you just leave it there, if you just start there and do nothing, if you just leave it there, if you do nothing, that becomes a lo. That's a o ki matra. That's a o ki matra. But if you put ulta pesh on top of it, something known as ulta pesh, now it looks like this. Same as this guy, except it has ulta pesh on it. So this is low, but if it has an ulta pesh, it's no longer low, it's lu. It is lu with badi u ki matra. That's what we need right now. Dilo Jah ko lu ta lu ta ne. The reason I had hesitation just now with writing the ne is because I wrote it in a very artificial, very contrived manner. That's why I was having hesitation. Look it up if you don't know what that means. See, his freehand would just be like this. And I was trying to make a loop, and that's why it was very artificial, it was very contrived. That's what it would look like freehand. Dilo Jah ko lutane, that says lutane, just as this word. Dilo Jah ko lutane ko, Dilo Jah, or rather, we don't need a ko here. Dilo Jah lutane ko dil chahta hai. I don't know why she says dil chahta hai. Should it be Jee Chahta hai? It should be Jee Chahta hai. It rhymes with the other line. Jee Chahta hai. Voilà. Dilo Jah lutane ko Jee Chahta hai. I feel like giving him my heart and my life. I was going to say heart and my soul, same thing. My heart and my soul, heart and my life, whatever you like. I was about to say my heart and my body, but I stopped myself because that has a very different nuances and very different connotation. And I don't think that's what she's talking about. Well, eventually it will, but that's not what it is here. Dilo Jah lutane ko Jee Chahta hai. I feel like giving him my heart and my soul. Nigahen Milane ko Jee Chahta hai. Dilo Jah lutane ko Jee Chahta hai. We'll stop right here. We'll stop right here because the next two lines that we have to talk about, they're a little bit more complicated. It will take some time. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.